Depending on your medium, and since all media are represented here in this room, you'll devise your own kind of storage. First of all, you want to house it somehow. If you've got works on paper, you might want to use boxes. You might want to use flat drawers. If you've got paintings, you might want to use rack storage. Textiles, you might want to hang the textiles up, maybe even with padding. If you've got objects, you might want to put them on shelving. But in terms of materials, try to get acid-free materials. Acidic materials, meaning just regular cellulose, like this is highly acidic, newspaper is highly acidic. The acids migrate out and attack a lot of different materials and accelerate the deterioration. You can buy acid-free materials in a number of sources online for archival housing. You can buy acid-free tissue to wrap objects. You can buy neutral foam to pad and pack objects. You can buy acid-free boxes, or you can make your own box. You may have seen some of this blue cardboard that is acid-free. You can learn how to make your own boxes, so keep the prices down. You might use metal shelving. Fortunately, the most cheapest kind of shelving is the most stable. So powder-coated metal shelving, that blue steel that you see in libraries and in warehouses, that's completely neutral. So you can keep all materials in that. In a museum, we strive for a pretty stable temperature and relative humidity. We try to keep things very low light levels, or at least low ultraviolet light levels and low heat light levels. The bottom line, if it's in your house, cool and dark. The reason why we talk about relative humidity being stable is that cellulose materials, a lot of different materials absorb moisture when it's humid in the room, and they desorb moisture when it's dry. So if you're in an environment that's constantly going like this, the objects are actually expanding, contracting, and that accelerates their damage. So in a museum, we can control that with heating, ventilation, air conditioning systems. At home or in a studio, you may not have the ability to control it. In fact, you might go in and turn on the air conditioning in the morning and turn it off at night, or turn on the heating in the morning and turn it off at night. That might be good for human comfort. It's disaster for objects. So as I said, they're going to be experiencing a lot of physical stress. Do what you can. If you need to change the temperature and the relative humidity in the room on a daily basis, then think about keeping your objects buffered in some kind of a box or storage cabinet, maybe even between several layers, so that as the relative humidity changes in the room, it will be much more gradual when it gets to the actual object, that change. So most objects can handle change, but just not dramatic change.